All right, how's everyone doing today? Welcome back to You Don't Know Ball. Got another mock reaction coming for you guys today. It's another one where we're going to mess with the sliders a little bit. PFF did update their board, so the combination of, I'm thinking, let's just review and see PFF do a whole mock, what they think. Again, I got the sliders, PFF, care for position value will go more, drafter needs more, and let's go random as less. Let's see what PFF thinks is the ideal scenario for every team. Let's react to it, man. One more thing. I'm going to change the speed to slow so we can actually react to the picks. Thankfully, I didn't forget to do that, so I would have to restart all this. First off the board, Caleb Williams. No surprises from PFF. Simple, straight to the point. This is what we expect the Bears to do. Again, if Caleb Williams doesn't commit a felony by draft night or completely fail something in the medicals, he's going to be a Bear, and there's no doubt about it, so lock him in here at number 1. Drake Maye, the Commanders, at number 2. Again, nothing crazy. We're definitely hearing more rumblings that this is not for sure the route that, what the Commanders are going to go. Drake Maye maybe falling a little bit. Is it all smoke? We're going to have to wait to draft to see. All right, so I got to be honest here. Number 3, it's kind of a shocker. Taking Marv off the board with it being biggest needs. Patriots just traded Mac Jones. Unless you're starting Jacoby Brissett, I don't know if I agree that this is the move. Now, getting this, I guess we're assuming we're going QB later, but I don't know. I feel like trading down maybe the play. I don't know. But again, I don't know if the computer does that. So that makes sense as well. Perhaps that's also just an error in the way these mocks are. We got Malik Nabers coming off the board at number 4. I don't have a problem with it at all. Again, it's very likely the next receiver off the board. Cardinals, again, this is probably just not updated to it, but DJ Humphries just got released. I don't think it's so sure anymore the Cardinals are going to go receiver. Matter of fact, if the Cardinals went Joe Alt here on real draft night, would definitely not be surprised about that. Then we got Rome Odunze coming right here to the Chargers. Well, again, given they just released Mike Williams, and the Chargers already had a need for receiver, now that need just got magnified. If they end up going this route, would not be surprised at all. Before it was a little more up in the air, before we found out who they released. Now that we know they released a receiver, seeing them go receiver here would definitely be more likely. But again, though, this is just me personally, and I don't know, Chargers fans, tell me how you feel. I just feel like there might be better position groups to target, the number 5 overall slot. However you guys go about it, though, it'll be interesting to see because it's Harbaugh's first year, obviously, and we're going to be seeing Harbaugh's route, how he wants to go about this. But again, I can see Rome happening here. I just personally don't know if it's best positional value. Okay, so Joe Alt, pick 6 to the Giants. Definitely interesting. What I don't like about it is that I do view Joe Alt, he's left tackle, right? It's like, moving him over to the other tackle, not super easy transition. And you kind of have to because Andrew Thomas is already our left tackle. And so, again, I do love it for the positional value. I definitely want to see Joe Alt go to a spot, though, where the team needs a left tackle and he's not going to be moving around. I think Joe Alt is left tackle. He's blindside. Let's keep it that way. Number 7, the Titans go Cooper DeJean. Again, you're filling a need, and with I do believe who really is the most pro-ready DB in this year's class, it's just a more matter of are you happy going DB at pick 7? I feel like the Titans could fill out other needs here, but at the same time, taking Cooper off the board is definitely nothing tragic, and you're still getting a very pro-ready player. So, silver lining for you. Pick 8, we got the Falcons going Brock Bowers. And I don't know if I fucked the sliders up or something. I'm being sarcastic because I know I didn't. Just not really understanding that one. And I don't think this is what we're going to see on draft night. I definitely don't think the Falcons are going to be targeting tight end with their 8th overall pick. But then Byron Murphy to the Bears right here. Let me tell y'all. I've been telling Bears fans, secrets up. Where I want to see the Bears go with pick 9, man, I'd love if y'all went with Byron Murphy. And I know Bears fans feel like they got to go different directions. Again, I feel like I'm a trenches first guy. You're getting yourself a guy that could be literally lethal, game-changing in those trenches. If he hits his ceiling, Byron Murphy is going to be a scary player for a long time. Bears fans, I think this right here is the scenario y'all secretly you didn't realize, but the scenario you just might need to happen. Caleb at 1, Byron at 9. That would be my dream draft. And even though I'm not a Bears fan, look, I'm just letting y'all know. That, to me, is the Bears' dream scenario. Pick 10, the Jets taking Jerzon Newton. Again, not their biggest need for sure. Definitely think they're going to go O-line. And if they don't go O-line, Aaron Rodgers should be concerned. But Jerzon Newton, definitely one of their main needs on that interior. You're getting yourself a hell of a player. I don't hate it, but given the value of what the Jets are going to have to do, I don't think this is what we're going to see on draft night. Call me crazy, guys. I don't know. Did I fuck the sliders up? Because I swear I didn't, but now I'm starting to question myself. But when I edit it, I'm going to see that, no, I'm not crazy. I'm sure I didn't. The Vikings taking Quinyon Mitchell. Again, DB is in need, but not at pick 11. Not after you just signed Sam Darnold to be the current starter. Again, who I'm not falling for that. He's not the starter. He's bridge guy. If anything, he started for a year for the guy they're going to draft. They're either going to draft the guy early, or if they don't, then the Vikings have absolutely no vision. That's not. It's just like, let me make myself clear what I'm really trying to say. The Vikings are not just sticking with Sam Darnold. It's just not realistic. They're going to take a QB at pick 11 or trade up for a QB. And if they don't, I'm genuinely baffled. Broncos at pick 12, taking Jaden Daniels. I don't know if this is the route the Broncos are going to go. But if it is, I love Jaden Daniels coming to Sean Payton, man. I get my LSU guy, and I get my, I'm always going to be a Sean Payton fan. I'm a Saints fan. Get him merging together, I don't mind seeing that over there in Denver. I think that would be one of the premier, landing spots for Jaden. I think that would be one of the best case scenarios for him personally. And all in all, you don't really hear about it a lot, but Jaden to the Broncos, I like it, man. We got the Raiders here at 13 taking Talise Fuaga. Look, I love this pick. Again, I don't know where the Raiders would play him on the line, but no matter what, Talise is one of those guys. Love him. You fit him anywhere beside center, basically. I think you can play him there. And if we're the Raiders, you desperately need an O-line somewhere. Whether you want to play him on the outside or the inside, figure it out. He's great value to the Raiders there at 13. And then the Saints at pick 14 taking Troy Fautanu. I love that. If this were to happen on real draft night, I'd be going ballistic. A guy we can literally play almost anywhere on the line. Troy's one of those weird, examples where you might even be able to play him center through the whole line. Like, this is a guy who really has a versatile skill set, which is why he's rising so high on these boards. I don't mind Troy to the Saints at all. Matter of fact, I would love to see it on draft night. Nate Wiggins at pick 15 to the Colts. Again, definitely a DB need, but I think they would much rather fill out the O-line or the interior D-line need. And I don't think Nate Wiggins is coming off the board this early, just from a frame and then now an injury concern perspective. I just don't think we'll see him this early. But if I'm wrong, then, I'll admit it. But I just think this is a little early for Nate Wiggins to come off the board right here. Pick 16 to the Seahawks, Dallas Turner. That is just a fantastic pick. Right now we got Boye Mafe, Dallas Turner, two young, stud, fast, athletic rushers. I think if you're the Seahawks, you're rounding out a scary D-line now. And we're really starting to come together with that young defense. Watch out over there in Seattle if this was what happens on draft night. Pick 17 to the Jags. I really thought the computer was going to pick Jackson Powers-Johnson for them. I was wrong. Terrion Arnold right here. But fantastic value. I love it for the Jags. If you're the Jags, you do need another corner. Again, back to I do think they're going to fill out these trenches needs first. I don't know why PFF loves picking cornerbacks so much. I don't. But regardless, Terrion off the board right here. And I guess PFF values DBs more in the trenches. I don't know, guys. So Olu Fashanu to the Bengals at pick 18. Like, man, this might be one of my favorite picks of the whole mock. You need yourself a pure pass protector if you're the Bengals. You're getting yourself the guy who might have the highest ceiling as a pass protector of any of the tackles in this year's class. And as a pass protector is the key word. But Olu, fantastic value to the Bengals. Love him right here. And just, is this a sneaky landing spot for him? I haven't really seen a lot of him being mocked to this location. But Olu to Cincy, is that ringing a little bit of a bell? And if you're the Rams here at pick 19 and you actually are able to land Jared Verse, fantastic value. We're now rounding out a line with Kobe Turner, Aaron Donald, Byron Young, and Jared Verse. I mean, man, oh man, things are getting scary quick. All of them learning, soaking up that knowledge from AD as he gets older. I mean, if this were to happen, that Rams D-line is officially terrifying. Pick 20, the Steelers going Latu. Again, this is just one where I don't necessarily know if it's, again, back to like needs. I don't think it's the Steelers' biggest need. Like, we already have Highsmith, we already have Watt. I mean, hey, if we're just bolstering in, I don't know, we're throwing Latu on the inside or something? I don't know. I mean, just of all the spots that I would personally want Latu to go, I don't know if the Steelers is my favorite spot. But then with that being said, he's fantastic depth if he goes to the Steelers, or just rotational piece, or is he taking Highsmith's spot? I don't know how it's working. Pick 21, J.C. Latham to the Dolphins. I actually love this now because, well, if this were to happen, I do believe he's probably playing guard on the Dolphins. But, like, if you're the Dolphins, right, we know we need a replacement on the guard now with Robert Hunt out. And J.C. Latham could be the perfect replacement. I love this the way it fell. And that's all I got to say on this one. But Dolphins Nation, if this were to happen on draft night, y'all would definitely be getting yourselves a good one. And then Brian Thomas Jr. to the Eagles. Just an explosive landing spot. I mean, you pair him with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, you got yourself a real trio. Again, I don't know if receivers going to be what the Eagles are going to target in this first round. Already being such a competitive team, you can get a lot of receiver talent later in this year's draft. But we'll have some fun with this one and say, if it were to happen, man, oh man, like, that's what I was saying. That's a scary trio you got over there in Philadelphia. And then the Texans taking Jackson Powers Johnson. I love this pick. Love this landing spot because, you know, I've been saying where I personally wouldn't be surprised if the Texans go O-line. Now, I've seen some comments where people do not agree with that. Me personally, you're already surrounding CJ with all this other talent. We saw what CJ did last year with not the best O-line around him anyway. If we can bolster that O-line, give him more help, give that run game more help, I'm all for it. It's because that's what I'm saying. This O-line was nothing special last year. We start making this line special with the special quarterback behind it. Now we're really making stuff happen. I think that going O-line here for the Texans would be a fantastic move, contrary to the popular belief of a lot of Texans fans. And if they did this on draft night, I would not be surprised at all personally. And y'all might not love it right away, but I'm telling you guys, protecting CJ long-term, as you know, is the move, and it starts with picks like this. Amarius Mims to the Cowboys at 24. It's literally just such a Cowboys pick. Taking the highest floor tackle or highest floor guard. We're not really worried about all the stuff in between. We're going to mold him out. Our line coach is going to make him come out good. With Amarius, it's really just a matter of health concerns at this point. The frame and everything else in the film, fantastic. Let's just get him out there and get him to stay healthy. There's no doubt Amarius Mims can be a long-term starter in the NFL. Graham Barton to the Packers at pick 25. Interesting. So I love Graham Barton. But he goes to the Packers. He's probably going to have to play tackle. And, you know, me and most people at this point have kind of projected him to the interior. But in this mock, things got a little crazy. Graham Barton getting to stick at his natural position over there at tackle. Hey, we'll see what happens, right? Because no matter what, like I said, I like him. I think you're getting first-round talent. I would definitely move him to the inside. But hey, you know, just maybe will work out here for the Packers. We'll never know. But we'll know if they take him. I don't think it's what they're going to do on draft night. Definitely an interesting little situation here, though. So Peyton Wilson here to the Bucs at pick 26, kind of sneaky because obviously they just re-signed Lavonte David, and if they want to keep KJ Britt next to him, they can. But assuming that this is the KJ Britt upgrade or hopeful upgrade, you know, I don't mind it. I don't think going linebacker in the first round is what the Bucs are going to do post just extending Baker, trying to stay competitive. But at the same time, I like Peyton Wilson. And if he ends up working out and you get yourself a long-term starter, well, then we'll go back and say this was fantastic value. So Bucs kind of taking a shot here. I don't mind it. All right, so assuming we're going to lose Hollywood Brown here for the Cardinals, we took just Ladd McConkey, and then obviously earlier we took Malik Nabers. All of a sudden, Malik Nabers, Ladd McConkey, Trey McBride, plus Kyler Murray. Again, we're in that potential really scary trio territory. Cardinals going all offense here early, but again, trying to be one of these relevant offenses in a league where it's offensive driven. You know, I can't knock you for it. And that's what the Cardinals are doing in this mock. So Tyler Nubin to the Bills after they just released Jordan Poyer. I just love this pick so much. And again, another, like I've said about the Packers, would not be surprised. I think that him going to the Packers is the most likely landing spot. But if he falls farther, the Bills right here, also a very likely landing spot for Tyler Nubin. And I love that value right there at pick 28. So for the Lions, we already have Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell. I don't really know what the vision is for Tyler Guyton, unless we're just going to sit him for a while behind Decker. I don't really see him as much of a guard. He's so big and he's still so raw. But I don't know. Are we going to kick him to guard and have the biggest O-line in all of football? I don't know. I mean, that apparently is the Lions' plan in this mock. Adonai Mitchell to the Ravens at pick 30. I love it. Just you already know how I feel about Adonai Mitchell if you've been watching my previous mocks. But just the catch radius, the ability to go get it wherever it is. You know, there's some things that we want to see worked out on, right? And there's definitely, he's not a perfect receiver. But at the end of the day, the athletic profile, the size, all the intangibles about him, you love him. And I think him going to the Ravens with that Lamar deep ball, it's just a fantastic pairing. Love him there at pick 30. And then pick 31, the Niners going Kool-Aid McKinstry. I absolutely love it. I still think Kool-Aid's a first-round player. You know, I've seen him kind of falling down boards more and more. I think very scheme versatile, a guy you can play in a lot of different defenses, very sticky. I still love Kool-Aid. If you can get him at pick 31 to a team with the pedigree like the Niners, play him, you know, maybe slot initially, you can move him around, wherever you want to move him. I love Kool-Aid. Fantastic value to the Niners right there at pick 31. And then to close us out here at pick 32, you already know, once it's the pick, the Chiefs, well, here we always got to come over to our little image they give us at the end. Chiefs going Troy Franklin. I think we've seen this before. Nothing too crazy. I think they might go a few other receivers besides a Troy Franklin, especially post-combine. But hey, what do I know? You know, maybe the Chiefs aren't going to, you know, incorporate his combine that much into the scouting report and how they view him. And the reality of the situation is he totally could still go here at pick 32. And he's definitely still in that speedster archetype that, you know, pair him with Mahomes. We got fireworks going. So I don't mind it at all. All right, thanks so much for sticking around and watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like, drop a sub. We'd love to see you back, and you have a great rest of your day.